Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. Even though I only want to talk about AAF football for the rest of my pitiful life, I guess I'll still do NFL news perna. The Cleveland Browns have signed former Kansas City Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt. Browns GM John Dorsey drafted Hunt in Kansas City, which makes sense why he'd be the guy to give Hunt a second chance. Now, per Ian Rappaport, in addition to playing a shitload of non-violent video games, mostly Nintendo Switch, while being unemployed, Hunt has done alcohol and anger management counseling, which will continue, and he will serve some sort of suspension from the NFL before he sets cleats on the field with the Browns. As Kevin on Twitter asked, does the Kareem Hunt signing mean the Browns can now beat anybody they want? Clever and good question, Kevin. Maybe I'll answer it in this episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, do the notification thing if you want. I do have big dick Patreon shoutouts for Izzy, Jurgender Abenseter, Adam Bergwist for upping his monthly donation to $5, and Tim L. Patreon is how this channel makes a living. It's how I stay afloat, especially during the off season. So if you want to support me, you can do it at patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. And yes, I do need to find a lost episode to post in the next week or two for my patrons. Kareem Hunt is back. And oh boy, did people on Twitter have opinions. I'm really tired of opinions. I also feel like there are people who use situations like this to try and show how good of a person they are. Like the more outrage they demonstrate, the more I'm supposed to believe they really care about victims of violence. Like the more you condemn Hunt, the more of a perfect moral compass you have. I also think people try to take advantage of social media by condemning people's poor decisions to gain more followers, and it can be unbearable at times. Fortunately, there's a solution for that. It's called putting your fucking phone down and watching TV like an old school lazy person. That's how I get away. I'm also tired of people who try and make every off-field situation about Colin Kaepernick. You're getting lazy. It wasn't even 5 minutes after the Kareem Hunt news was announced that I saw several tweets. Kareem Hunt back in the NFL, Colin Kaepernick still unemployed. And I support Colin Kaepernick's cause, I really do. But after Nike paid him, he's not really unemployed. And not every issue is directly related to him. Domestic violence charges were again dropped against Reuben Foster, linebacker for Washington. And yet Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job in the NFL. Chris Long wins Walter Payton Man of the Year. And Cap is still on the damn street, probably living in the street. After 20 years, Mark Davis fires his barber. And you're telling me Colin Kaepernick is still not in the NFL? Just because Colin Kaepernick was a running quarterback doesn't mean you can compare him to running back Kareem Hunt. Hunt's situation is a lot like current immigration policies. And what I think Democrats are saying, I'm just kidding. Imagine how many people I'd piss off if I spent the next 10 minutes talking about politics and changing none of your opinions about the world. The same is true with Kareem Hunt. It's a weird situation with some unclear facts where multiple people were clearly dumb, making dumb decisions. And whatever members of sports media have decided, or what you have decided, will not change no matter what I say. Nobody's changing their mind about shit anymore. But what if I told you Kareem Hunt was actually living a choose-your-own-adventure experiment being tested by the NFL? And he literally has no control over his actions on or off the field. Game day, he's controlled completely by dexterous Madden button smashers and by night Red Dead 2 players. Would that change your precious opinions? It should, because that would be pretty fucking unbelievable. Yeah, I bandersnatched, finished it last night. Now, in case you forgot, Kareem Hunt was cut by the Chiefs when a video emerged of him pushing and kicking a woman in a scuffle that occurred outside a hallway of his hotel room in Ohio. Everyone has varying degrees of outrage in terms of this event, ranging from, that seems like a pretty shitty situation for Hunt, which he should properly be reprimanded for, to, oh my God, he is worse than O.J. Simpson. In terms of actual football talk, pairing Kareem Hunt with Nick Chubb might give the Browns the best running back duo in the league. Sprinkle in a little Duke Johnson and you have a full-fledged three-headed monster. Even scarier than the three-headed monster that is the three-headed monster from the Big Three. That's the Big Three basketball league, not the Big Three from This Is Us. They are the opposite of terrifying. They inspire me to be a better man, and if Kareem Hunt had Jack from This Is Us as his father, he would not have anger issues, guarantee that. One of the big questions is how long will it take before Hunt plays once he joins the Browns? The simple answer is sometime between now and 2020. If we know anything about the NFL punishment system, it's that they just make shit up as they go. The interesting thing here is that Hunt is from Ohio, and that is where he has been getting in trouble. So part of me wonders if this is a terrible idea or if Ohio just makes people do terrible things, like dropping a second $100 on a LeBron James jersey after burning your first one. The TMZ hotel video surfaced on November 30th, and Hunt was released a few hours after, which means he was effectively suspended for 5 regular season games and 7 overall if you want to count the playoffs. I think because he already lost his job and lost 5 guaranteed game checks, it would make sense to sit him down for 3 or 4 games in 2019. I think the way the NFL could fix this entire problem, though, and make even more money, is to hire Judge Faith to handle all of these cases. She's tough, but fair, and I have to say, cuter than Judge Judy. And all of her rulings are final. Tune in Monday night this offseason where Judge Faith will rule on NFL off-field incidents.
And walk out looking like Becky with the good hair.
Again, all of her rulings are final. And we would all watch that shit. And I trust her. I don't trust Roger Goodell. After this year, Hunt will be a restricted free agent, which means if they want to, the Browns will get the opportunity to match whatever offer Hunt gets on the open market. This season, he'll only make $1 million, so his cap hit will increase significantly from 2019 to 2020, meaning this could just be a one-year experiment for the Browns. A lot like my one-year college experiment of unintentional abstinence. If Hunt is as good as I was, he can turn that 1 year into a solid 3.5 years or 1,294 long days. Gotta have discipline. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube if you love football videos. I make so many dang football videos. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, at Brandon Perna. AAF videos are up right now. You can watch some of those, and I'll have a prediction for this weekend's AAF games Thursday, I believe.